honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to get frozen to lose those life shrooms. Like, it is what it is.
It's true. I did have to. It's true. I lost like what 1 to a Koopa Troll. That's like pretty.
Yeah. Like
no, I lost 1 to 3 wizards too. I did to the 3 wizard loadout. But other than that,
all you got to do now is have a flawless 80s and it makes up for it. Like. Don't say Kappy. I know we talked about the Tarantulas earlier, but surely like you actually just
nah. These guys are all pretty.
Yeah.
I feel like I couldn't have been that bad against these guys. Like.
Yeah. I mean,
this is the 80s is one of my personal strongest sets. I think.
Yeah, it's such a weird because like. The 80s compared to the like being sandwiched between the 70s and 90s, like it's because these enemies just do more damage, obviously. Like that's their thought process when they're putting these together casually. But in theory, this should just be a nice break before the 90s. If you're pretty practiced up on these, like,
yep.
Like we were talking earlier, yeah, the Tarantulas can be a point of contention. Yeah. But I believe in Kappy.
I hope so.
You're gonna get in the mindset because you're having floors like this where you perfect them, and the Tarantulas are gonna stand no chance. Okay.
Yep.
Bro said I hope so. Like he's not the one that did this. Bro said I hope so. Be for real.
Be here if I didn't beat it. You know what I'm saying?
That doesn't mean these went well.
That's true. It's true. It's a journey.
Yeah, but you are killing it. Like, you know, you came in here with 8 life shrooms, which I think is about what I did before. You really do need to come in with some fright masks.
I copied yours. You had 8 life
exactly.
shrooms, 2 fright masks.
I
should not have wasted the fright masks. Those were mistakes.
Yeah, those were potentially, like, run-ending mistakes, frankly.
We'll see how it plays out.
Obvious. I wonder. Man, I sure do hope Kappy makes it. Everybody like, comment, and subscribe to help Kappy finish the run.
Yeah, please.
So there's new like TikTok videos, where it's like
trying to get to 10K. I'm trying to get to 10K before the remake drops.
Oh, I believe in you. You gotta start posting some of those. Okay, only the real Zoomers are gonna know what I'm talking about. Okay, first of all, I want to preface this by saying I don't have TikTok. Okay, everything I see from TikTok is on like YouTube as a meme or it's on Twitter or whatever. But like Zoomer, young kid TikTok has these videos. I don't know if you've seen these videos. Oh, what are you? It doesn't matter.
I'm being optimal,
It's actually
Justyce.
optimal. I was just like,
I'm
what?
being optimal, Justyce.
It's not optimal, actually, because you have to kill them both, so the back one is still going to take 8 turns. All you did was risk that for nothing. Yeah, that's right. You want to talk about optimal? Don't get on me.
Wait, actually, wait a minute. I think you're spitting.
I am correct.
That was a mistake.
It doesn't save you any turns unless you miss the super guard.
What was I thinking?
If you miss a super guard on the front one, it does still technically save you a turn. Whatever, you know. But you're doing that specifically so you don't miss the super guard. So, you know, whatever. On to more important topics, like brain rot TikTok. So, there are these videos, and they're always chicken nuggets dressed up as something. Don't ask me what's chicken nuggets. And they do that. They do the Cotton Eye Joe. You know, some people are gonna know what I'm talking about when they watch.
Wait, I think. Wait a minute. I actually think I've seen one of those videos, bro.
Yeah, I saw one, and it's like these. There's chicken nuggets that are robbing a bank, and there's another chicken nugget that's a cop, and they like get in the cop car, and they're trying, like and they're chasing him down, and it's like, quick, like this video to help them catch him, as if like if you don't like the video, they're not gonna catch him, like it's going to change the outcome of this bank robbery. God. And then instantly right after that, it gives you like 2 seconds to like the video, and then they catch the bank robber. It's always chicken nuggets doing deep and deep and that though. Sometimes they'll like cut it off. They'll be like deep up, and then they'll wait and they'll go deep up, and then they'll cut it off again. But it's always chicken nuggets. I don't know why.
I'm fucking speechless right now. But I have seen one of those.
You have? Yup. It's everywhere. I don't get it.
Yo, by the way, I just want to say bristles for me free. I just perfected that.
I mean, yeah. That's the 80s, baby. You love to see it.
Now, I say they're free, but I like
they are another one of those.
You absolutely have to learn that superguard to be successful here, right? Because if you have to superguard them.
Yeah, if you are not on point, everything here does 7 to 8 damage. It is like you're getting 2-shot. You can potentially get 2-shot through like a bad sweet treat too. It's not
you
safe.
You can get 2-shot
any
through Last Stand too.
Yep.
Like they don't give a fuck.
And
the reason why I think you need to learn it is because you cannot be spending Thunder Ages on Bristles.
At all. If you spend items in the 80s, you are way less likely to get through the 90s. This is one of those.
Yeah.
This is one of those sets of floors where it's supposed to be easy, but because it's supposed to be easy and it's this late in the game, you can't waste resources and you have to rely on you being good at the 80s. So it's still an execution check.
Yep.
But yeah, here come those
Because the
tarantulas.
90s, because I mean the 90s, bro. If you don't have like some items to deal with them, man, it's the 90s when you're really restrictive are just insane.
Yep. I was also going to mention the Dark Bristles are another one of those where it's like you're not super guarding the actual spikes on the edge that are stuck out. You're super guarding when the body hits you, so it can be a little bit visually confusing.
It can. Yep.
So,
but once you know it, man, it's just like I feel like it's so easy.
So tarantulas, floors like this with the tarantulas are kind of cool because I feel like you can do. There's multiple loadouts based on like how you want to go about it. I think you can run like Last Stands with Sleepy Stomps on this if you want to as well.
Oh, that's true, man.
Like if you're not super
I
confident in the Tarantula Super Guards, you can run Sleepy Stomp with the Last Stands, and then you can just like one at a time. Like Goombella's just hitting the ones that are awake, and then you can just Sleepy Stomp Tarantulas one at a time, like it to the back. And then you have to deal with less of those super guards, and then just focus down like one of them at a time. And if they wake up, just reset them. Sleepy Stomp is only what 2 FP, so you can always do 2 before you even have to sweet treat it back.
Oh my god, I could have died there.
Yup. Yeah, 7 damage on the one is still brutal.
That's a really good. I don't know if I did that, but that's a great idea.
To like you ran Fire Drive on this floor, so I'm
bubble.
assuming you just stuck with Fire Drive in the future. It is the faster way to get through them. You can either try and blaze through it with Fire Drive, because there'll always be at least 2 that are on the same, that are on the ground at any given time.
What am I doing, bro?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think both are valid depending on how confident you are with them. Like I would pretty much just always run Fire Drive because I don't give a damn about these guys. But they can be run killers if you're not prepared.
I know a lot of people, like even challenge runners, have a lot of issues with tarantulas.
I just love it. It feels so good to super guard the 3. I just love these guys.
It does, man. It does. Yeah. Definitely a satisfying one to hit.
Oh god, fog. Here we go. Yup. Yup.
Yup.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't believe that's guaranteed either. Oh my, hell yeah. Like when it comes to the fog, each of the individual hits has its own check. It's not like they either all hit or none of them hit.
Yeah,
so that was crazy.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of weird otherwise.
Yeah, I don't think any enemies in the game do that. I'm pretty sure every individual hit on hits that have multiple are always just individual checks. I'm pretty sure.
Actually, I think so. Well, I mean, you know what? I'm not going to speak on it. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. I have to look it up.
Does audience cannon? I don't think so, right?
No, audience cannon is definitely per hit.
Okay.
Like per shot, I should say. Yeah.
The bones definitely are individual. Yeah, I don't think so. But if that is incorrect, somebody can let us know. Do the research, please. So it would be
bro.
cool to see if any of those did do that.
I feel like I don't know how I'm missing the last one. I guess I feel like
yeah, I think all the ones you've missed have been the last ones too. That's the one that's
tough.
really getting you.
Yeah, really, like nailing the first 2 are pretty. The second one is free, honestly.
Yeah.
Usually.
The second one's free, but because it's like a lob directly into the fastest one, it's meant to be the one that trips you up in the timing in the first place.
Yeah.
It's there to set you up for failure, not actually get the hit. You know, and I respect that. It's the bump set spike.
Oh my god.
That's the set.
That's a good analogy. Holy shit. A little volleyball in here.
Oh, I love volleyball. I'm not good at
Dude,
it.
real? Wait, are you real, bro?
Dude,
I do too. I used to play.
I didn't used to play. It's just one of those things like, if it's on when I'm at a bar or something, I will 100% watch it the whole time I'm there.
Bro, high level volleyball is fucking insane.
It's so cool.
Those-
I love that.
It's so impressive, like how they do that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm a big bowling fan too, but it's not as actually like.
Oh, real?
It's not as physically as impressive as volleyball, but it's one of those where like, it's really cool to watch, like top level, because it's one of those, if you're not perfect, you're losing, and to see people that have perfected their craft in such a way is really exciting.
Did you know? I'm sure you already know this, but just in case, did you know that like the oil fucking changes as you play?
Yes.
So like, it's so mad impressive that these professional bowlers can like adjust their throws based on the oil. That shit is insane.
Yeah, you gotta love sports that are based off of their environment, how you have to perform. It's so crazy.
I think it's just really cool.
Because some sports like that...
Competition is fucking dope.
Dude, I'll never get over competition. I always tell people I have an addiction to competition, which is the only reason, like, you know, Smash tournaments and all that, I can't stop myself, you know?
I feel it, man. I don't really compete and stuff anymore, but I love the idea of just like perfecting your craft and trying to like push yourself, you know? Like, that shit is dope.
I think, did you ever watch, and if anybody that's watching this video has never seen this, I highly recommend you go and watch it. It's Melee, the video, let me go find it real quick. Is it Melee is a Spectator Sport? I think is the name of the video. It's an old video I've watched probably like 10 times at this point, but I can't actually remember. I think it's Melee as a Spectator Sport. Yeah, Things of Beauty, Super Smash Bros. As a Spectator Sport. Because one of the big points it talks about, it's only like a 17-minute video, but one of the things it talks about in the video is like the actual, so you have rules when it comes to every competitive sport, everything that's competitive has rules, right? But when it comes to things, especially in like esports compared to traditional sports need to have a ref, and like we were talking about, like environmental differences, when you look at stuff like the oil on the ball or that's on the alley and everything that have to be adjusted, and like, you know, people complain about refs. Like in football, every year people get more and more upset at the refs and blah blah blah. They're rigging the game and the script and whatever. But one of the best comparisons of esports and sports, which I learned from this video, is it talking about how like, while there are things like glitches in the game, those are still within the rules. And you are playing, regardless of like how it's built or if everything is intentional, you're playing within the rules of that game. It is completely rigid. If you can't do something in the game, you cannot do it. There's not a ref checking. You physically cannot do that. There are exceptions, so like wobbling isn't allowed in Melee, for instance. For the, like Smash is the comparison I can make the most because I know the most about Smash. But like when you're in the game, you can only do what the game allows you to do, which has its like benefits.
I'm sorry, did I just fucking appeal?
Yeah, I don't know what that one was about. Sorry.
What?
You did appeal.
I
in
must
double
have been.
danger.
I must have been shaking my head, bro. There's no way I meant to appeal.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that. Oh well.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was pretty much getting to the point where I was just kind of saying the same thing. I do that all the time. I'll start getting into something and I'll be like, I don't know what to say next, so let me say the same thing a second time.
I feel that.
But I think you get my point. So
yeah.
Watch Things of Beauty. Super Smash Bros. Is a Spectator Sport. Also, just other things you should watch if you enjoy sports psychology is like The Art of Tennis. Please, please go read that book. It is so good.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, a nice little conversation to have while we're getting through, you know, 5 Spunyas.
Dude, I mean,
you did miss a couple. I will say it did get scary for a second.
It's the very front. The very front one is sometimes kind of hard to hit because it's so fast. But anything else is just easy clap, honestly.
I think that's another thing that's really cool about TTYD, actually, since we were kind of on that topic, is like, obviously everything in the game is still rigid, because it's a video game, you know, it can't do things that it hasn't been told to do, but, like, when you think of things like, small things like the audience jumping, like, kind of messing up your superguard timings visually.
Yep.
And like stage falling and all of this other kind of stuff. It feels a lot closer to, like, you're literally playing around the environment that's in the game. The game has a programmed environment, but like you never know what the environment's going to be throwing at you. And so you're trying to play around that environment, you know, in the same way that we were talking again about like the bowlers reacting to like oil differences on the like. It feels really natural. It almost doesn't feel like a video game in that aspect.
Yeah, man. I get it.
Oh, also this floor. Oh, fire driving with one of them on the ground. This floor, maybe one of the best floors.
Yeah, anything with Spunyas in it, in my opinion, is just a great floor.
So
because the Spunyas are just like, to me, I'm dealing with two Tarantulas, basically, you know?
Oh, that's right. I forgot the Spunnias are one of the enemies in the pit where they have 3 floors.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So this is actually 70.
This is 86.
It is 86. As you can tell, I'm kind of blowing through the 80s because,
You're doing
like,
what through
I
the
don't
80s?
like
Sorry.
speeding.
Oh yeah, okay, for sure, man. Yeah.
Speeding through the 80s because like it's all just like it's all fire drive and super guards basically, and I'm actually hitting all the super guards, and
This is where
there's no 25 HP behemoths, no phantom members you have to power smash through. Like,
yeah, the Tarantulas are what, 16 HP raids? They're the
Yeah.
they're the chonkiest boys on this floor.
yeah, and it's really not that bad.
Yeah. 16
Honestly.
HP, no defense, like pretty easy to get through. Yeah, so then we just got one more of each of the other 3. They shouldn't be too bad. At least I hope they're not too bad. And then we get to the real floors. The make or breaks.
I think the 90s are actually insane.
They're so ridiculous when you are this restricted. Even in
I
like
talked about it
normal
in my-
gameplay, they're ridiculous.
Yeah. I talked about it in my 10 HP prologue though, but like in Prologue Pit, it's definitely they're definitely easier than like the 70s. Maybe even the 50s and 60s, because like you can do so much to them, and Goombella kind of shreds in Peril.
Oh yeah. When you
But,
have
like,
access to
the
just
second-
nukes, they're not as bad as like potentially earlier floors.
But the second you get rid of those nukes, man, the 90s are insane.
Because you have to contest with everything. You don't get to play your own game. You are at the mercy of what the game throws at you and whether or not you can hold your own.
Yep.
And it is frightening.
It's very frightening. Especially if the Amazing Daisies decide to attack you.
You know, we're gonna have fright masks for that, right?
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it, please.
I think we mentioned it before, but you know, since we're getting closer into it, I'll reiterate. So, for Amazing Days,
I don't know why.
You did it again.
I think I was just like, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, it's fine. So going into it again, the reason a couple of fright masks were brought is because you're not guaranteed fright masks in the pit. You're pretty much guaranteed Thunder Rages unless you get like that insanely unlucky with Charlieton showing up. So you can always pick those up later once you get the Strange Sack. But when it comes to fright masks, you are never guaranteed fright masks. So you always want to bring a couple in because Amazing Daisies have a 100% to fright, and I think Bubblks it's like 70 or 80%. Like Bubblks are very susceptible to fright, and that is incredibly important because if you blow up uncharged Bubblks, that is still that will kill you. It will straight up kill you. Even with Last Stand, you are dead.
And you can't. I mean,
there's nothing you can do about it. You die to 4.
If you get the loadout of 4, you literally cannot. It's actually insane. You literally cannot do enough damage to kill all 4 of them. Like, they will explode.
And if you kill, you know, if you bring a loadout that can kill 1 or 2 of them before they explode, the other ones are charged up and will be killing you anyways. So there's nothing you can do except Fright Mask to not. You have to Fright Mask or you have to lose a life shroom. You have no other choice. you will both be dying at the same time as long as you're on the same HP. So, like, in theory, it's just the one life shroom. But
it's still, I mean,
it's a life
being
shroom.
forced
That's
to lose
still an item.
Yeah, and if you don't have any life shrooms, you're just dead. That's it.
Yep.
That's the run. Like, the fact that Bobolks can be that much of a wall is kind of insane.
Yeah, I mean, because it does sound as simple as like, oh, all I need is one item and I get through that. That's so easy. But like, look at what has been happening. Look at how far you have to get.
Yeah.
Like, you have one of those Phantom Ember rooms and we lose a couple of them. We're bringing the Fright Mask, so we have 2 less than what we normally would have. The Shy Guys haven't been throwing a Fright Mask so far. You know, they could be doing that, but they're not helping out.
I think the Punies are the ones that actually, I can't remember if the Shy
Guys throw a Fright Mask.
Okay, the Punies do too.
Yeah, so like you have odds to get it, but it's never guaranteed.
I think.
And if you've used your resources, like Kappy's used his Fright Masks already because he felt like he had to earlier, right? Like, if you feel like
a big mistake.
if you were forced to use your resources earlier, you can walk into that and there's 0 chance. You have to pray you don't get 4 Bulks, and if you do, you lose the run. And you have to sit there and you have to be like, wow, this took me 6 hours to get to this point, and I have no options. There's no strats I can run. There's no nothing. My prep was just not good enough. I didn't play it well enough in the early pit.
And I need to reiterate that this is not my first attempt, by the way. I did not beat this first try.
Yeah, if anybody does beat this on their first try ever, I owe you a drink.
They're a god gamer. I owe them a drink. We're all going out.
We're all going out.
We're all meeting up and going out to get that guy a drink.
As I don't remember, I want to say it was like 6 or 7 for my first one or something like that. And then I did it a second time, and I think it was like second try. But by that point, obviously, I'd already done it once, so it's easier.
Yeah, once you do it once, it's like...
So I think I had like a 20% completion rate.
I can't remember. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I can't remember how many attempts it took me.
I think you told me before it was like 4 or 5. I think you had a pretty good run of it.
Yeah, you know, I did a lot of prep, too. Like, I think it was 4. This may have been my 4th attempt.
Yeah, like that's really solid. It is a difficult run. Please, guys, go ahead and try this at home and let us know how far you get, just in case you're like, oh, why would you do that? Oh, this looks easy. Oh my god. I mean, you're only watching the successful attempts, so, you know.
And this took me multiple months because, again, I had a newborn baby, so like, I was kind of basically like, I was taking what I could get. It's like there were days where like, you know, my wife would be like, hey, I'm going out with the baby. Or she's going over to her parents or something, and I was like, "All right, this is an attempt day.
It's gaming day.
Like, it's game time.
It's a national holiday where I'm from."
Yeah. So, and like, I'm gonna be real with you. If it had taken more than like 6 attempts, I don't think I would have ever beaten this because I just wouldn't have had the time. Which is, you know, so I was like, and I gotta say, I really wanted to beat this run. When I started it, I was really hoping that I would complete it. Not to flex over anybody, but like when I made that, you know, that trailer video for it, I like before the run started, like when the remake got announced, I was just like, I want to push myself to get to where I want to see how far I can go, I guess, in this game. In Level 1 Prologue Pit is one of those, like, it's one of those big hurdles, you know?
Oh, yeah. Even
those,
just
like,
regular, even with no restrictions, just Prologue Pit.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I just wanted to prove to myself, I think, that I could do it.
And especially, like, you know, after when you had originally done like 10 HP Prologue Pit, and that was considered to be like, you know, the pinnacle of what could be pushed on this kind of thing. Like coming through like years after that and being able to do something like this too, I can't imagine how that feels.
Yeah, it's awesome, honestly. And it's awesome to me. It's awesome being the second, like to be in that top 3 completions. Like, I love that.
Thank you for saying top 3.
Well, hey,
because
listen,
technically I did do it twice, so we've already gotten the top.
No.
I know. I'm just flexing. That's my flex right there.
I know someone's gonna come along.
Oh, 100%.
Beat this, right? You know,
once we break the barrier, other people like you get the blueprint to do it. I mean, like you did it all that time ago, and then I also came along and also did the 10 HP. Like it's the same thing, right? It is cool that we can have that back and forth too. Like you originally do 10 HP Prologue Pit, I catch up and do that. I do this one, and then you catch up and do like level 1. It's really nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I mean, yeah. And when you were active, Nova, you were smashing things. Like, you pushed superguarding to where even I wasn't pushing it, bro. Like,
there really is just something about those tedious, monotonous bullshit challenges that can just be some of the most fun. Like I don't know how else. Like it sounds stupid.
Dude, I get it,
but
no, it's like a self-improvement thing, kinda. Like I get it, man. It's like you're pushing your execution to its limit, doing stuff like this, and it's not even just execution checks, right? Like there's so much more that goes into it.
You still do, like, dry bones are one of the greatest examples of it, where like you need to have the execution plus strategy to be able to not just get completely wiped out by something that looks as simple as 4 dry bones.
I think, and I still think, like,
oh fuck, god damn it. I think you sweet treat and dip out, honestly.
Like, back then, when you first were doing all this stuff, back then, I was definitely, like, I was kind of, like, I was, like, really transitioning into a strategy-heavy player, because I already had the superguarding on me, and I was like, I need to get better at strategy, and I was, like, kind of, like, everything's really monotonous and stuff, and some stuff is, like, I still maintain impossible mode, only good if you're trying to improve, because, like, there's only so much strategy you can use there. It's just pressing.
Oh no, I completely remember that era too, because I was doing that, and you know, I was going for the superguard heavy ones, because I remember even when I was doing impossible mode and like pushing impossible pit, I do remember specifically like you know, I don't know how he feels about it now, and I never really talked to Fat Guy like that, but I do remember like him and a couple other people just kind of thought I was stupid for doing all of the just like completely brain dead, superguard heavy kind of stuff like that, because it's not that, like, yeah, impossible mode isn't really that expressive. That one is actually just hit the superguard, buddy.
What's happening to me, bro?
Oh no, he's falling apart.
Oh my god, why am I wait a minute, why am I we've just been chatting, why am I at 2-2?
Oh, you're fine, calm down. You're gonna tattle.
No, I get it, and you know what, but I think a challenge like level 1 prologue, I think is so...
It's infinitely more interesting than impossible mode. We can agree that impossible mode stuff is... I think the impossible pit was actually pretty cool. But actual impossible
don't even
mode
think impossible mode... I don't think it's bad, though. Like, it has its place.
It has that ring to it. When people... Not just in the name, but it's like, oh my god, this is a challenge where you can literally... Like, it's got a novelty of...
I agree.
It's meant to be as restrictive as physically possible, outside of like not even allowing you to use partners or something, right? Like,
yeah, I've really come around to that kind of stuff. Holy shit!
Thank God we were guarding. That's my goat.
How have I not lost a life shroom yet? I feel like this floor has been going so poorly. Look at me go.
Look at him go.
I'm just like totally trolling the audience when they try to throw shit at me.
I love that. I try to do it when I can too, unless I'm like really, really locked in.
But yeah, I was just trying to say like that, like, even though this is an insanely superguard heavy challenge, there's so much that goes into a pit run specifically that makes like these kinds of challenges so great, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know if you can ever make a pit run that's not interesting. But
well, hold on, man, hold on. Try pre-hooktail pit. You know that tier list that me, JD Aster, and Coop made? Okay. Do a run with only C tier and lower badges. That gets rid of fire drive. Tell me how you feel after that.
I mean, is it stupid? Is it stupid difficult or like boring to play, or is it like completely uninteresting on every like?
I think it's okay until the 90s where I lost.
Okay.
Because you can't damage elite wizards without using soft stop.
Oh wait, that's kind of raw. Hold up.
It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild, bro. Give it a try. If you're feeling like something
frisky,
crazy like that,
okay,
yeah. If you're feeling it's fine until like the later floors, and you're like, wait a minute, there's so little I can do.
All right, that'll be one of my trip back